Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third game of the day with Bauhaus from Melbourne versus the Brisbane Fuse. I'm joined here by my co-commentator, Mon. Welcome, Mon.
Thank you so much. How are you doing, Goose?
Feeling it pretty good, especially after that game that we had last time against Mammoth versus Newcastle, but now we've got Brisbane versus Bauhaus, with the Brisbane getting on the board very quickly.
Yeah, that was just kind of a straight executed play, just passing it up the field, and quick little goal. Great grab by Kat there.
So who was the player who threw the assist?
So Kat threw, and it looks like that's Amanda, just almost in the end zone, but getting it on the line. She brings it back and just waits for that quick little dishy. Just trying to see who grabbed that one. I couldn't make it out on the screen.
Oh no, does not matter. Anyway, tell us a bit about Fuse, as you are one of the locals here.
Yeah, Fuse has had a really good season. They've been able to bring on a coach named Anson Chun this year, and he's really brought a lot of structure to the team. Captains are Jody Brown and Tamara Davis. And yeah, they really just try to bring structure and a lot of extra training sessions and running pods. So a couple different running sets all throughout the season we've been training, and yeah, I think they've had a really good season. A lot of new faces as well. There's a few Americans who just moved to Brisbane and joined the team, Jackie and Caitlin. And there's a lot of returning players from last season as well. So a lot of new talent, but very athletic, I would say. All
right, Dom Simpson with the pull, working with that wind, but it looks like it is going to unfortunately go out of bounds. Worked too much with the wind. We have got Bauhaus to pick up. A Bauhaus very experienced team, being league tournament leaders throughout the most of the times that I've been playing Frisbee, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've played against them before, and they're always very well structured, a lot of skill. And for those of you who can't tell, there's a slight breeze kind of blowing towards the camera angle. Big
throw.
It
just goes up.
It's still live. Someone can get there. Just gone out. Fuse will have another chance to score now. Number 56, that's Yuli picking up the disc. She's played at some world tournaments as well.
She's getting a bit frustrated, not many options. Gets a piece to it. That's a disc in the air.
Nice
disc
D by Caitlin.
Caitlin Richards with the D. 56, Maria Cahill. Looking for options. Finds Seckold, I believe. Is it? Ah.
Oh, just out of reach. Nice bid by Caitlin, though. Dom picking it up. She's not shy and hucking it deep, and it's going. Is Sabrina going to get it? Amazing grab by Sabrina.
Sabrina picks it up. Centers it.
We got Finn with the disc now. She sees Harriet. Oh, just got away from her there.
Fortunately, cannot connect, so Bauhaus having to work it up the field once again. Cahill walking it up, taking her time. Nice inside shot. Nice floaty flick. Can she? No, unfortunately not. With Richards not being able to have that last bit of energy to grab the Frisbee. Dom Simpson picks it up.
Yuli sees Finn just out of reach. You know, it's a shame that they're not connecting, but we do want to see those leading passes. That's often a criticism, is that they're not leading enough.
Oh, but meanwhile, got Mabel Eldred with the kick spike to celebrate. What a great grab and read by the rookie too. I've been told that she is one of Bauhaus's brand new, fresh newbies. And obviously she can hold her own. I believe the defensive player was Dom Simpson. Wish it was, who is a veteran in the Brisbane scene.
I believe a previous green and gold recipient even.
Oh, she was.
Yeah. It's hard to keep your cool in the end zone like that, so that's very impressive. Kudos to Bauhaus.
So that is now 1-1 to Bauhaus and Fuse once I get the scoreboard working. Bauhaus with one of the biggest rosters in this tournament. On my piece of paper, I've got 19 players. Let's see if they can use all of those legs they have at disposal. Working together to form a very tight group of players.
And Fuse has lost a few sets of legs for this tournament to Ellipsis, actually. So
they have. We had both Becca and Sophie Taylor play in the first game of today, of which we saw a lot of connections between those two girls. And
yeah, very exciting. They'll be going to Worlds.
Ooh, big backhand rip. Just about to the halfway in the middle of the field.
Jody Brown picks it up to Kat Smith in the middle. Kat Smith, smart player. Let's see what option she's looking for. Beautiful break. Just intercepted though.
What a great run through D.
And it's up. Who will bring it down?
Ooh.
No one at this point.
Good boxing out by Jody Brown though.
Oh, wow. Great spotting by Jody Brown to see that player. That's Jazz Lamb there. And dishes it back to Jody. Puts the huck up to Kat Smith.
Oh, but unfortunately cannot bring it down. Yuki Yamaguchi with the pickup. Goes to number 2, Richards. Richards is looking for options. She can't find anything. Goes to the dump. Goes back to Richards. Still looking for options. Yamaguchi tries to get the disc, but unfortunately the wind takes it away and cannot connect.
Kat Smith was able to box her out well as it floated there. Just looking down the line.
Unfortunately, Kat's throw could not connect either. The wind is definitely being the MVP here, as teams are both struggling, connecting as well as receiving all the throws that they're getting. Yamaguchi with the disc on the high side. Looks off Richards.
That's Jazz Lamb with the D.
Let's see if Fuse can convert. As you can tell, the Bauhaus sideline is getting very fierce.
Kat Smith. Kat Smith through to Caitlin Duffner. So she's one of the imports from the United States here. Beautiful, calm play on the end zone line. That's what you want to see. You want to see that.
Absolutely.
Cool, calm, and collected.
Let's hope that Fuse can keep that sort of composure through the rest of the game. However, with this win being a terrible threat to both teams, what would you try to do to mix up your type of play?
I'd like to see some zone come in. Fuse has been practicing a bit of a help defense that seems to work well in those kind of situations, but I guess what you have to do is just be ready to get high to get those discs as they float in the air. What advice do you have for anyone in that situation when it's just kind of floating?
Well, get the tallest person on the field as possible.
Yeah, put on a tall line.
Yep. Now, Fuse isn't a tall group.
No, comparatively, I think I'd have to say Bauhaus is quite taller.
That's true. And on offense, you know, you have to try and bring those throws as short as possible so the wind doesn't carry it.
Good point.
That might be able to do it, but then again, you're also putting a lot of pressure on your throwers to make sure that they don't drop those 2-meter throws. Then again, as soon as you get a strong thrower like Kat Smith and like Jody Brown to rip it to the end zone, you know, you can have trust in them to be able to deliver it with ease and precision.
What I love about these games, though, is that a disc, until it hits the ground, it's never dead. So there's always those extra few moments where it really can be anyone's game. So, yeah, it's great to play that tight D.
We definitely realized in the last game with Newcastle vs. Math where there were many rundowns after some misread discs.
Just keep running. So 2-1 to Fuse now. Dom Simpson with the pull. She has a beautiful pull, taking advantage of that wind, letting it sit for a bit.
Bauhaus picks it up with the fuse zone being played. Number 62, Sekol had the disc. Now put away, but unfortunately it's turned over.
Just a little bit too out in front. Tamara Davis picking up the disc. Which is Jackie Bonner to her left there, another handler. And Tam rips it. Will Dom be able to grab that? Beautiful! That's what Dom is definitely known for, is amazing grabs, getting high.
Kudos to the Bauhaus defender, though. She nearly got fingers on that one.
And she was in a good position as well.
Great positioning. Unfortunately, like we just said, if you can get tall players on the field, they will catch your frisbees.
Now, Dom had to take last season off due to an injury. She still captained Fuse and helped on the sideline and coach, but great to see her back on the field playing really well this year.
Do you know what Fuse's results were at SMO last few weekends?
I think they came, I want to say 4th or 6th. How many teams were there?
I could not tell you.
I can check it.
Unfortunately, my information source was cut quite short because Fuse did not fill out their form that they were supposed to give me as much info as possible.
They definitely did well, yeah. Again, didn't have their full roster there either, but they came out somewhere middle of the pack, I believe. Not at the bottom, not at the top. How did Bauhaus do?
They came 3rd at regionals. They didn't tell me how they went at SMO.
All right.
But then again, that's what they can do. Maybe it could come down to me doing my own sort of research. But then again, I'm just a commentator. I just talk about what I see, not what I learn. It looks like Bauhaus is running off the field with hands ready to grab the disc.
And it looks like Dom Simpson's going to be pulling again for Fuse.
Big backhand rip. Goes past halfway. Just about where the brick mark is. Picks it up. Lee, Joy Lee, wanting to get some options forwards. Number 10, Stevenson, had the disc. Dishes it off. Goes back to Lee. Lee's looking for some options. Gets a bit of a push off of the defender. Lee goes to the options to Richards. Richards is still looking for some options, but hasn't got it. Dishes it to number 22. 22 can't find anything in front of her, so she has to go sideways, back to Lee.
Fuse trying to contain on the sideline now. It's hard to throw it off the sideline.
Not much movement downfield, so she puts it in the air. Can the Bauhaus player read it? She can, and it goes and converts. Quite easy, Bauhaus. All you need is that one break at the very end to give it to Baker.
I think it was Baker with the score. Number 6.
It's quite hard to tell with the Bauhaus line as there are so many players. I know a few of them, but when there's so many on the line, it's hard to keep track of who's who. Maybe I might be a bit better later in the game after I get a bit of confidence in myself to call a play.
So Fuse started with a bit of a zone D and then they transitioned into man. What's your preference? Do you like playing, you know, the zone all the way right to the end zone line, or?
Oh, no.
Definitely
no,
not.
I am a big fan of transition, usually about to halfway.
Halfway transition?
Yeah. You know, zone definitely opens up the field for those blocks in the downfield option, but when you're only covering half the field compared to the whole field, it just doesn't come as useful. However, back to the game. Bauhaus with the pull. Ready and waiting, but it looks like Coach Anson Chun saying a few words.
Fuse is still leading by 1 point, but very tight. Really think it could be anyone's game.
Bauhaus ready for the pull. Big backhand rip by Hussey.
Jody Brown receives, passes to Kat Smith. They've set up a zone, so Fuse is going to have to try and work through this with some little passes and smart throws. Nice look by Kat down the sideline. Beck Craig toes the line beautifully to keep it in. Now she's looking for some help to get it off that sideline. Great job by Caitlin there, going back for the dump, and Jody getting it from Caitlin. Jody Brown with a rip to the end zone. And a great D.
Great defense. Great positioning by the Bauhaus defender.
I think we got a replay coming. So Jody was looking for a player in the end zone.
Ooh, that was so close.
Great last second D.
All right, looking forward from Bauhaus. Bauhaus puts a nice leading pass by Jody Brown, grabs it. Very end. Yamaguchi couldn't get a hand to it.
Jody Brown to Caitlin Duffner. Great grab by Amanda Wong. For a little girl, she gets up very tall. Amanda's a great player. Off the sideline to Kat Smith in the middle of the field. Looking for a big rip.
And connects.
Beautiful goal.
All the way to Beck Craig. Standing in the end zone, waiting for that to happen.
Good eyes by Kat Smith to see an open player. And actually to get the disc there quite quickly, so it didn't have time to be defended.
And that is 4-2 to Fuse. I thought that was going out by the bit of speed that she put in it, but it just dropped right to the breadbasket.
Yep.
Of Rebecca Craig. Nice and easy. Trust Kat Smith. Can't go wrong. And it is 4-2 to Fuse.
Anson giving some wise words, perhaps about how to defend on this next one. Bauhaus getting some good tips and advice on the sideline and on the line of the field as well.
So what I've been told is Cole Fink, is
that the yellow-hatted gentleman?
Yes, the coach of Bauhaus, the well-known, very, very informative commentator, gave me a few tips before coming today, making sure that I am well prepared. I do have a lot of notes here. Some are good, some are pretty garbage, but all in all, you know, when you're married to Mitch Phillips, you've got to somehow be able to produce some quality work. I think that's just a given.
Make a name for yourself, yep.
Exactly.
All right, we're back. Dom putting up a pull now.
Goes a bit of an inside out. Nice and float.
Nice pull from Dom Simpson.
Goes to 81. Cesari keeping it on the low side, number 93. Patterson trying to get it off. Goes back to 81. Oh, what a great grab.
That was beautiful.
By Brooks. Brooks centers it to number 24. Looking for options. She can't find anything. Goes to the inside backhand, connects. And she puts it up to number 57, which then converts. Number 57, Jess Parks. Obviously a very close friendship with the Bauhaus receiver, working together to more or less tear up Fuse defense.
Yeah, it looked like just a series of backhand passes all in a row down the line.
No struggles at all.
You'd hope after a couple of those you could shut it down, but Bauhaus took advantage of Fuse positioning, so that's good.
I don't know what the force there was by Fuse, but it looked like there was just a lot of open unders.
Yeah. And in this kind of a wind, you really want to sit under because if you're going to contest anything, it's going to be that deep option.
You want to be keeping it on the backhand side, or the low side, and you want to be making them throw into the high side.
That's great, keeping this game nice and close.
Exactly what we want. So, obviously Cole has a few words. The whole team ready and waiting to hear what he has to say. Oh, we got the replay. Going to 81. Cesari Hopefully I don't butcher that last name. The backhand rip. A fantastic grab. With Jess Parks, number 57. Working well. Back in the action. Great pull by Bauhaus. With Hughes picking it up.
That's Jackie Bonner centering it to Tamara Davis. And Yuli just miscommunicating with her cutter there. But a good
Yamaguchi
D.
picks it up.
Bauhaus were in the right place at the right time.
Centers it, moving it to the high side of the field to Eldred. But there is a pick with a great team flex in the middle of the field. Mabel with the disc. 48, wanting to send it back to Mabel. For it is obviously Andrea Rocker. Goes Yamaguchi, nice gainer there. Now on the high side of the field, looking for options. Can't see anything, goes and swings. Back to Mabel. Oh,
Ooh, nice bid by Dom Simpson to get there, just a bit too late.
but Sekold keeps the disc. Looking for anything, but nothing's really happening.
Oh, just on the line there.
Yamaguchi on the front of the end zone, but unfortunately there is a turnover.
It's a bit of a drop when they tried to center it. These will have another chance here. Tam Davis going to pick it up. Veteran player and astrophysicist extraordinaire. Beautiful break throw. Oh, and Dom just couldn't get it, just a bit high.
Yamaguchi picks it up, looks for a rip, can't see anything. Has to go back to Mabel. Eldred with the disc, going to high side, can't see anything. Looks off Yamaguchi. Oh, what a great grab by Courts. Courts looking for options, nothing happening. Back to Yamaguchi. Nice, oh! That pressure by Finn de Dorton was enough to topple the disc out of Mabel's hands.
Tam finds Finn in open space. The Don over to Mo. Jane Mo now looking for a reset to Jackie Bonner in the middle. This is looking good. They just need some more options. Beautiful break throw. Just out of the grasp of Yuli.
Cannot connect. Let's see what Bauhaus can do in the middle of the field. Yamaguchi picking it up. Yamaguchi, obviously a very well-known name in terms of the Japanese teams. Oh, with a great grab. An absolutely fantastic grab by Courts. Looking for some dishing it off. Back to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi goes to the backhand side, but it can't get it. That is heartbreaking.
Who was that number 23 that just had that great grab? I think it was 23.
Laura Courts.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Fantastic grab. Cortez. Oh. Like I've said before here, folks, I do apologize if I butcher last names. I'll make sure I get Cortez's name correct.
All right, Tam Davis throws to Harriet. Harriet Behringer passes back to Tam. To Jane Mo on the sideline now. Jane Mo with a backhand rip. Oh, it's floating. Will anyone get there?
Oh, and Yamaguchi with the fantastic read.
Very good read. There was two fused players, but Yamaguchi bested them.
Number 41, Kerry Lowry in the middle of the field. Goes to Cortez. Cortez just wobbles it out of Mabel Eldred's hand. A lot of turns this point.
Jesus near the end zone now. Tam Davis. Received by Jane Mo. Jane Mo really needs help here now to get off that line. She's throwing a Hail Mary.
And Sekold brings it down. Great defensive play by Sekold. There wasn't very much movement at all by the Fuse offense in the end zone.
Almost too much discipline, trying to stay still there.
Yep. Maybe everyone was afraid to cut. Eldred with the disc, looking for options. Goes to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi looking upfield on this low side. Goes a great shot to Sekold. Seko with the frisbee, looking for something, and she rips it. Can she keep it in? Oh, unfortunately not.
Just out. You wonder sometimes if you had absolutely perfectly clear sidelines, no players, would people try and toe that line?
Well, luckily we do have the
camera line.
The camera line, or the 2 meter line, even though it should be 3 meters, but the 2 meter line. Now there is a question.
Tamara Davis, yeah, she'll be bringing it up to where the disc went out as it never came back in.
And if Tam didn't touch it before it hit the ground, then she is correct. The play goes where Yamaguchi threw it out, and Tam calls a time.
Probably a good idea.
Needed time out.
There's been a lot of turnovers, probably more than any other point we've seen this game.
Long points here at BCI. The wind, especially for Brisbane, is definitely not favourable.
So what kind of advice do you think the teams are getting in this timeout?
Ooh. It could be anything. You've got two very well-known coaches out there. Well, actually, might I say that? According to Cole Fink's biography, an intermediate player, but Cole has spent the last 3 years surrounded by world's best frisbee, which is a fair statement to say. There is a big list of names here that are all results of letting Cole become the Australian frisbee legend that he is. But, you know, he's not all that intermediate. He did play Masters with the Wobbegons in France. That must have been Beach. Yeah, well, Beach Ultimate Championships that we were talking about. But if we can grab, you know, working it so hard to the end zone, getting fantastic grab off a, let's just say it was a questionable decisional throw, but you know, got to trust in.
You like to think they always know what they're doing, though.
That's true.
It was all part of the plan.
You have to have your trust in Dom Simpson.
I know Fuse this season has also put a lot of emphasis on practicing to lay out and putting your body on the line if you're feeling able and comfortable to. And so
here we go.
That grab by Dom. Here we got the replay
of the empty field. That
Tam Davis is on the sideline in the bottom of your screen. So she's struggling at first to get it off, and then she's got a good cut.
Got some movement. Good pair of hands. All right. Back into the action. Jess Parks with the frisbee.
Interception by Vivian Ewan.
Nice nice run through D by Viv.
Reset and pass up to Amanda Wong with a dish to Kat Smith. It goes up. It's great. Good teamwork.
That's why you should never give up on the frisbee. You'll never know who can get there in time.
I know. I'm guilty as being someone who could have been marking Bree and seen Jazz go for it and kind of slowed down.
Ooh, back at this replay.
See that again. A nice huck to Amanda Wong, who gets it. Kat Smith receives and then hucks.
A nice floaty backhand. Maybe, oh! That is so close by Jazz, but then again, great effort by Bree to toe the line.
She's right at the back of the end zone there.
Absolutely. Yep. You can see on this replay that she was, in fact, in. Let's see what Bauhaus can do with 3 points down. The wind, as I'm going to jinx it as I'm saying it, has quietened down quite a bit. So maybe this might be the opportune moment that Bauhaus needs
to work that disc in. Kat Smith going up with the pull. Score is 6-3. Fuse 6. Bauhaus 3. Beautiful pull by Kat. 6-3 to Fuse.
Goes to number 20.
Injury call.
Injury called. That was Helen Brooks jumping off the field. But she's jumping back on to discuss what needed to happen on the field. Mon, in your opinion, and once again, this is just your opinion, what do you think happened in that play? What do you think should be the outcome?
Well, I definitely know there was some contact, and I actually can't tell whether Jazz hit her before or after as a follow-through, and that would be important to know, wouldn't it?
It would be. But then again, it can also be incidental contact, of which it might have not been, but it looks like it was a foul.
Uncontested.
Which was uncontested by Jazz. Therefore, Cortez has it and keeps the disc. Goes to Richards. Richards in the middle of the field. Big swing onto the upside. Oh, but number 81.
Viv Ewan almost getting that D. So close.
Looking for options. Goes back to Richards. Richards goes back to 81 on the high side. Looking for something. Got the big flick ready.
Oh, what a great huck. There's going to be some time to get under that.
Oh, but an unfortunate read.
There might be a call.
I think that's Claire Hussey underneath the disc. And there is no call.
No call.
Unfortunate read by her. Just went straight over her head. Fuse picking up the disc.
Jody Brown bringing the disc to the line now. Jody Brown's one of the captains of Fuse. Excellent player. Brianna with the receiving. And the huck from Kat Smith. Goes up to Val. Fantastic. What a great grab by Val and pass to Jazz. So that big huck that went up to Valerie is actually a player from Switzerland. So she's been living in Brisbane for a few years now. Great addition. First season playing competitive women's ultimate, but already showing so much skill and incredible speed. We can see that huck going up again. Beautiful by Kat and great read by Val. She almost tried to toe the line into the end zone, but she didn't quite get it in. But she had a nice backhand to Jazz.
Got a little bit greedy there. Almost
yeah.
let it hit the ground.
Valentin Simonin.
I think she's the fastest woman in Brisbane Ultimate.
Oh, I would say. She's definitely done the barefoot run a few times.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Beaten a few boys at it, too.
She could beat me by a mile. Guaranteed. All right, so that's going to be 7-3. One more point to half a Fuse. Dom Simpson looks ready to throw the pool in typical Dom Simpson fashion.
Bauhaus still having a chat on the line.
With nearly their full roster on the line, ready to go. Cole saying some words, seeing what the go is, figuring out who needs to be where and what they're doing. Let's see if Bao can get a few more points on the board before halftime. Ready and waiting for the pool. Richards saying a few words to her team just to make sure that they are completely ready for that pool.
And the pull going up. Dom Simpson with the release.
Nice inside out. Goes just to about the brick mark. Center of the field. Oh!
Beautiful layout D by Ash McInnes. She is known for amazing layouts, and she just showed it right there.
Can she get the double happiness?
Double happiness. Beautiful throw by Tam to Ash. That was a very quick conversion. How exciting.
Absolutely. And what a conversion that is.
And being able to have that great layout D, keep your cool, run to the end zone. That's great playing right there. It's 8-3. That's half. Halftime taken by Fuse. I strongly believe it's still anyone's game. Fuse definitely has an advantage here, but Bauhaus is a strong team. You got to be impartial when you're on.
That's very true.
The commentating.
As biased as you want it, but you do have to remain impartial. That's very, very true.
Yeah.
So looking at these highlights that we promised to show, with that Tam Davis backhand rip to the double happiness to end the half by Ash McInnes. Got miles in space. No one was marking her. A very well fought point.
There's Kat and Yuli. 2 peas in a pod.
And with that, we'll just take a very quick commercial break just to set the pace a little.
House party win!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of Brisbane Fuse versus Bauhaus. What's the full name for Bauhaus? Because I remember it used to be Atletico, Box Atletico.
Bauhaus Elite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
for anyone just joining, we've got Matt Beeves and I'm Monica Taylor here commentating for you.
Two Brisbaneites who are learning a lot about commentating as well as Frisbee.
At the same time.
But with the strong performance by Fuse in the very first half, let's see if they can continue that streak that they've had with 8-3.
Tam Davis is going to be putting up this pull. On the line behind her, we've got Yuli Yeep, Sabrina Tong, Dom Simpson, Finn DeDaunton, Jane Moe, and Ash McInnes. Light breeze still blowing here a little bit towards the camera.
And it goes straight out.
Possibly contributing to that disc going out. Bit of a breeze this direction.
But the Bauhaus team have selected to brick it, I believe, because they have signaled for their hand up.
So yeah, it did go out about halfway, but I guess having the advantage of having it in the field, especially on a windy day, is always good. You don't want to be trapped on the sideline.
That's Stevenson with the disc. Walking to the brick mark, ready, and disc is in play. Lee with the disc.
He's working on a bit of a zone.
Looking for some sort of things. Back to Stevenson. She can't really find anything. Finn's hand's going crazy. Second to Richards. Richards on the high side. Looking for anything. Doesn't have a stall though. Back to Richards. Ooh, wants to throw something. Can't get it out.
There was a nice layout bid for a D
and
before.
Unfortunately, that is a turnover.
I think that was just a bit of a drop.
Second, yeah, just a bit of a fumble.
Yuli Yi picks it up, looks down the line to Ash McInnes. Ash with a beautiful backhand. Will it come back in? Unfortunately, weren't able to toe the line there. Great look though.
I think the disc goes to the sideline where it's picked up.
Excellent break off the sideline there. That's great.
Ooh, Richards with a great grab. He's going to the sideline with number 35, Georgia Sullivan.
We got some real good flow going there.
And it stopped. Need to get that flow moving. It breaks down that Fuse defense quite well. Looks off Sullivan. Goes to number 22, Huss.
Oh, that looked like it might have been on a break onto
Goes back to Richards. Richards is looking for an option. Nothing's moving. Cortez gets looked off, but then gets thrown the break. Goes back to Richards. And goes to the score.
It's over the line. Bauhaus starting the second half strong.
I believe that was Seckold with the goal. So obviously whatever Cole been saying to them at half time worked, because they had amazing flow in that point coming out of it.
They did.
And it crumbled the Fuse defense.
It really just showed how great it is when you can get that disc onto the break side.
8-4. Let's hope Bauhaus can keep this composure to make the game nice, tight, and exciting.
Yeah, Fuse did have a chance to score there. They managed to work it down almost to the end zone. I think that wind just kept the disc out of bounds. But now Bauhaus will be coming down, hopefully with some strong D.
I noticed that Georgia Sullivan, number 35, was on last point with a Stingray's bronze under her belt. She is one of the many Australians that we have coming back from the World Under-24 Championships, coming home with medals.
That's kind of the beauty of a tournament like BCI, is some of her teammates from that team were even on Fuse.
Absolutely. We have a bunch of 24 players.
Viv Ewan, Sophie Taylor,
Kat Smith.
All right, Jody Brown picks it up to Kat Smith. Kat Smith to Viv Ewan on the high side. Back to Kat Smith in the middle. Bauhaus is using their zone now, it looks like.
Ooh, that.
Crossfield, Jody Brown to Viv Ewan. Back to Jody Brown.
And obviously this
Viv Ewan again. Viv finds a good spot through the cup.
This Bauhaus sideline is getting
to
very
Valsimonen.
vocal.
And Jody puts it up over the cup into the end zone. Amazing layout grab by Amanda.
And
like it was no big deal. Great job, Amanda.
What a rip by Jody Brown.
Yeah, Amanda Wong, number 27. She likes that end zone, I would say.
Almost made it too easy for her, right in the chest.
It was looking a bit crammed around the disc, so good on Jody for seeing that big open space, having the guts to take it. And Amanda, yeah, beautiful
That must come
grab.
down to that Fuse layout training that we've been hearing so much about.
I think so. It's really been putting to work.
Making sure that you get in the right mindset before you lay out. Everybody knows that layouts are definitely more of a mental hindrance than a physical one.
Yep.
As long as you get your mind in the game, you're ready to do it, you know you will. Great effort by Fuse. 9-4. I would really like to see that Bauhaus zone again. It looked really solid with those first few passes. Fuse really didn't know what to do. Unfortunately, Jody Brown, the trigger-happy champion that we have on Fuse.
In a zone, that's really what you're trying to force, right, is those risky big hucks, and that's what they did, and the risk paid off.
And in the wind, you know, sometimes they won't come off, so you'll come out on top.
Yeah, it would be good to see how that zone works.
Let's see if Fuse will replicate with the zone, or maybe they will just go their man that they've been playing. Nice and easy game. All right, Dom Simpson with the pull. Nice inside out. Floating for days, and it's going to go out.
Just around the brick mark.
Yeah, need just a bit more edge.
Old-fashioned brick call. Clapping hands overhead has been replaced, right, with a straight fist in the air. Is that correct?
Straight fist in the air, that's correct.
All right.
A few of the rules that WFDF have changed over the years.
Now, you yourself are quite knowledgeable in the rules?
I am one of the advisors. I did advise.
Oh, what a grab. Sorry to cut you off there, but we just had an amazing layout grab. And the huck goes up, but Dom manages to bring that down. There's a turn now, and Fuse works it in. Tam Davis and Dom Simpson giving and going.
Tam looking for something, can't find anything, goes to Yuli.
Yuli sees Finn to Daunton. Finn now on the sideline looking for a reset. She manages to get it to Tam Davis. Brings it around to Dom Simpson. And Dom Simpson now seeing if she's got a deep option or a dump option. Looks like she took the dump.
The Bauhaus fence is definitely closing in, and as a result, hits our cameraman Fausto.
Just too far for Yuli Yeep to grab.
Great defense there by Bauhaus. Okay, Hill picking up the disc. Looking for something. Can't find anything. Still looking. Still looking. Goes up. Goes to Sari. Goes back to Cahill. Cahill goes on the inside to Ken Lowry. Puts it up. Nice and high for number 6, Karen Baker, to throw it. But unfortunately, he throws it to the wrong player.
Brought down by Dom Simpson with another D in the deep. Sabrina Tong looking long. Finn had a chance, but just out in front of her.
Ooh, nice quick pickup, but unfortunately, a bit too quick for the rest of her team. Karen Baker, unfortunately, does not connect with her receiver, of which we'll see
Back
the
to
Bauhaus zone set up again.
Tam Davis to Dom Simpson to Yuli Yeep. Over to Jane Moe now on the sideline. Jane's looking nothing through the cup, so she resets to Dom Simpson. Dom putting it up the line, back to Jane. Jane Moe now looking to get it off that sideline again. They're really being crammed here, but so far being able to hold possession. Reset to Tam Davis. Tam back to Dom Simpson.
How long is this cramming through the cram holes going to keep working?
It's going. There's Tam. Tam Davis finds an open player on the other side, Ash McInnes. Goes to Yuli Yeep. And Yuli sees Sabrina Tong in the end zone.
Wow, nice, easy play with Fuse. As soon as you break through that cup, everything crumples down.
Yeah, having Ash, that throw from Tam Davis to Ash McInnes, I said.
Absolutely.
I think opened that up.
10-4 to Fuse.
But kudos to Bauhaus for keeping them trapped on that sideline. They really had no options but 2-meter passes.
Like, as soon as you start cramming it on that sideline, something's going to drop.
Yep.
And as long as you keep pressuring and pressuring and pressuring that sideline, which is the correct play, but unfortunately Tam, with her experience in her throws, she's able to swing that around, get it to Ash, 2-meter pass to Yuli, and then a nice flick over to Sabrina Young. All right, let's see who we got.
Yeah, sometimes it's easy to let off those little 2-meter passes because you forget that someone's crashing in, or
Absolutely.
you think, oh, it's only 2 meters, we'll let them have it, but when you add 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.
It all adds up. And then eventually, you either get scored on or you get the block.
Yeah, it's true. All right,
So,
Kat Smith's got the disc now. Pulling for Fuse. Fuse is up 10-4 at the moment. Still got quite a bit of time in the game. It's not over just yet.
That was a great rip, but unfortunately the wind just pulled it out. Very unfortunate. We got Stevenson picking up the disc, taking it to the brick mark with a fuse zone, it looks like. Maybe a 2-3-2. With Yamaguchi, the disc. Throws it to Mabel. Mabel looking for something downfield. Can't find it. Looks off the dump. Goes back to the dump. Stevens with the disc. Goes upfield to Sullivan. Sullivan goes on the inside. And a great defensive
bid by Viv Ewan. Yeah, I think some pressure may have been on that catch.
Absolutely. The pressure is too much for Yamaguchi to handle. Kat Smith looking for some upfield options. Goes in between the fence.
Caitlin Duffner with a good catch. And a little dump back to Kat Smith. Kat Smith, classic rip to the end zone.
Oh, but Georgia Sullivan.
A D.
What a body on the field.
Amazing play. Really good D there.
She might be the smallest person on the team, but she is the biggest presence in their defensive line. Absolutely.
Let's see that D again. Nope, back in play. No time for the D.
Stevenson with the disc. Go to Mabel. Mabel's looking for something. Not much movement downfield. Yamaguchi's open. Goes to Yamaguchi. Cortez has the disc. Looks for something downfield. Can't see it. Yamaguchi's got it. Back to Cortez.
Fuse is just trying to catch up right now.
With Sekold. Throws it. And it connects to Yamaguchi with the amazing layout grab.
That was amazing. So that was Bauhaus's flow really getting there. Fuse was just kind of running, trying to catch up.
Absolutely. You got to think of what players can do with gloves. I know a good pair of Brisbane players wears some mittens out there to make sure that you keep those discs in hand, and that's exactly what Yamaguchi did. Let's look at that replay. Ooh, that was a great defensive pressure by Viv Ewan. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off because you couldn't connect. But in the end, we have some really high-class ultimate here. BCI.
Yeah, at the replay now, I think we're going to see quite a good Bauhaus D. Getting tall. Amazing. Good, clean D. And now we're back. Bauhaus is in the game. 10-5 is the score.
All right, 10 Fuse. Oh, 10-5 to Fuse. Both teams taking their sweet time on the field. I think if we had a few yellow shirts on the sideline as advisors, they might tell them to hurry up.
Is it 90 seconds officially you get between points?
It is 90 whole seconds.
Yeah, I think it's usually more like 2 or 3 minutes
Yep.
for pulling these days.
Yep. And then again, it could be with half times and timeouts, you know, just making sure that you don't get the commentators just spurting nonsense while waiting for the disc to go up. Something I can relate to very closely.
So games are 80 minutes. Probably
Oh,
only have.
Aren't they longer?
I thought they were only 80.
Yeah.
I think there's only 10 10 or 15 minutes left in this game.
Either way, we got Yamaguchi with the pull. Big pull. Outside in. Nice float. Wing captures it. Oh, and keeps it in
Just
on
manages.
the sideline. Let's trap it.
Yuli picking it up to Tam Davis in the center.
Bauhaus taking my advice and keeping it on this low side of the field,
Yuli
making
and
sure it
Tam.
doesn't come out.
Give and go. They're really trapped on the sideline now, so Yuli's going to try and get that off.
Puts it
Throws
up.
A little break back to Jane Mo. Jane Mo back to Yuli. Yuli sees Tam through the cup.
Oh, but breaks
and
through
Tam
the cup.
sees Finn to Daunton. Back to Jane Mo. They really got some flow going there for a moment once they went through that cup. Now Tam Davis is there. She's towards the end zone line, pretty close now. Back to Yuli. Yuli looking in the end zone. I actually can't see what happened. My view is obstructed. I think there was a D.
Yamaguchi just stole that out of the air like it's nobody's business. Oh, fumble by Lee, but keeps it. Back to Yamaguchi, but there is a pick on the field. Thank you to all of the players off the field replicating the call like they should be on every point. I feel like Yamaguchi was just going to soot that like nobody's. Then again, it has to come back.
So I guess that pick was called before the throw went up.
Yep.
Disc will return.
And it must have affected, because if it didn't affect, Yamaguchi would still keep the disc. However, it's in the hands of Joy Lee. Let's see what she can do with it after she talks to Ash McInnes about what the stall is. Another thing that advisors also do is that if the a conversation is lasting more than 30 seconds, then the disc always goes back. Well, usually, actually always, usually goes back. Joy Lee looking for the break. Successful. Back to Lee. Lee looks off options underneath. Cordes has the disc. Looks for something downfield. Can't see anything. Yamaguchi is streaming under. Lee gets the disc. She's saying to somebody, go deep. Go deep, please, go deep. Oh, that is an
Finn
unfortunate
Daunton
read.
just got under that.
Alex Patterson can't reel that in. Great put by Lee, though.
There was some pressure on Alex there by a defender on Fuse, so she had to make a decision, I think, to go up or risk losing it.
And then let's see what this Bauhaus defense can do.
Tam Davis rips it to Dom Simpson.
Ooh, that's
just over
very
Dom
unfortunate.
Simpson.
Yamaguchi was there in the tight contest, looking for options. Can't find anything. There's a bit of a junk here by Brisbane. Doesn't work. Richards with the frisbee.
Whoa.
Looks to Alex and doesn't commit.
Just holstered it there.
Oh, a nice swing to Yamaguchi, and there is a pick on the field. Nice flexing all around on and off the field.
Just going back. And this will give both teams a chance to make sure they're aiming to stand where they want to be.
Absolutely. Making sure everybody is where they should be. Disc is back in. Number 58.
Jane Mo intercepts the open throw. Now to Yuli Yeep on the sideline, resets to Tam Davis. And Tam finding some space on the other side of the field with Ash McInnes.
Looks like Bauhaus has gone back to a man.
Some nice cuts by Dom there to the middle of the field. Back to Ash. They've got an open sideline now. Yuli's going to be looking to possibly throw this one to the end zone. Right on the line there. Jane Mo's got it. And passes it back to Yuli Yeep.
Easy connection.
That give and go was key by Yuli. I think that's a really great play to make.
Yeah.
Too many players don't take advantage of the fact that as soon as you throw it, your defender usually is standing still, taking a pause.
Questionable decision to stop that zone. Why do you think they went back to man?
Were they melting on this one? Or had they been playing man the whole point?
No, they were playing zone up until they got to about halfway.
Because
so
after a couple of turns, I think sometimes maybe they just think they wouldn't be able to find a player soon enough.
It might have also just been because both Dom, Jody, and who was it before? Oh, Tam Davis, with a huge rip. They don't want to. They want to shut down that big outside over the top over the zone, which they thought was a bigger threat than the 1-2 easy passes that they got when they got scored on.
Yeah,
interesting decision, but
Fuse goals have kind of been split. I would say about half Huck and half.
Yeah, definitely has been. Not
field.
everything has been Hail Marys, and not everything has been slowly contested, working up the field. There has been a few close calls, a few wobbles, good grabs, but
we've got a great crowd here, as you can see. Frisbee's #1 fans. They bought seasons tickets. They've got front row seats.
Fun for all ages of the family.
Just a note to parents, if your children are on the sideline, perhaps just sit in front of them or make sure they're facing the field. You never know when a rogue disc might come by.
Or they wander onto the field.
That as well. Kat Smith with the pull.
Nice, high lofty pull.
Huge pull, and that's going to land in right near the end zone.
Cahill picks up the disc. Eldred in the middle of the field. Goes to Richards. Back to Cahill. Eldred.
Fuse has got a bit of a zone on.
Got number 45, Sarah Bay, looking for someone to give her the Frisbee. She's been asking for it for months.
That was good hands from the Bauhaus player. Quick grab. And they're really ripping through the zone now.
Absolutely. 1-2 passes, nice and easy. Karen Baker controlling this zone offense. Goes back to Cahill. Oh, and she bobbles it. That's heartbreaking, folks.
It is heartbreaking. She was wide open. It was a great play to throw there. Fuse will have a chance.
Bauhaus had all the momentum at that point, and now it's going to be replaced with this.
Oh!
Cahill!
Getting that redemption!
What
Smith went with a
tasty hand block. Looking at Karen Baker, puts it to the end zone.
Whoa!
And Jess Parks grabs it, reels it down.
What an emotional roller coaster that was.
Made it look so easy.
Just when we thought Bauhaus were down, amazing hand block, turnover. And even that end zone pass, I looked at the first player and I thought, oh, that's not going where they wanted it to. And like you say, it was Jess Baker who was there in the end.
11-6. Bauhaus aren't out of this yet. With plays like that, the game should be much closer. I wonder if we can get a replay on that Jess Parks catch. Looking at my cameraman.
He's working on it. Coming in now.
Woo.
So it's just a bit high for the first Bauhaus player. She did a bit of the splits in the air.
Maybe, yeah.
Beautiful. What a grab.
I believe she's a unit of the Deacon Ultimate. And a quick shout out to JP23, one of the executive members of Deacon Ultimate. They've got a great Facebook group if you want to search Deacon Ultimate there, and with quality laughs, gaffs, whatever you'd like to call it, with some high quality content there. Back at the game though.
Get to see a Bauhaus pull now. It's been a few.
Absolutely.
Since we've had one.
You've got Huss pulling the disc. Nice flat backhand, traveling almost to the brick mark.
Caitlin Duffner picks it up, centers to Jody Brown. Jody Brown now to Vivian. And Vivian back to Jody.
A big force of away called by the Bauhaus team, making sure that they only throw flicks.
Val keeping her cool on the sideline, Simonin, and now over to Duffner, back to Brown.
Oh, but they've changed it. Oh, it looks like they're forcing middle.
Fuse is still managing to get those passes off. A lot of open space now that Brianna ran into.
As you can tell, the Bauhaus sideline is very much helping their players on the field.
Yep, they're allowing some of those resets from Fuse, so maybe they're trying to lock it down further deep. Vivian puts up a huck to the end zone, and just over the head of Jazz Lee, I believe.
That is unfortunate there. Great movement I wonder if the Bauhaus will continue using that force middle.
It made the field look very open that last point.
It did, but it did generate a turn. And that's what you need to do to win games. Second, sorry, Huss. Slowly walking to the disc, making sure her team is nice and ready for the throws that she's about to produce.
Got your standard vertical stack in the middle.
And there is a pick with Cortez running from the back of the stack around players, eventually forcing the Fuse defender to run into her own teammate. I am surprised that this is a conversation to have.
Just coming in on one.
And there is another pick.
Or a violation.
Oh, no, yeah, violation. That is the violation call. It looks very similar to a flex, but indeed it is a giant V for violation. I should know that. I am an advisor. But now, with everybody standing still, we're making sure that everybody moves at the right time. And a great inside shot to Yamaguchi, who goes the break side to Cortez. Oh, but unfortunately Cortez wobbles it.
Amanda
Quite
Wong just secures that D, making sure it goes to the ground. Good play by Amanda Wong.
Huss didn't make it easy for
Jody
her.
Brown hucking up to the end zone.
But Georgia Sullivan, two-handed smack, get out of my face. She does not want that disc at all.
Still quite a strong breeze now coming in once again towards the camera side of the field.
Yamaguchi picking out the frizz. Oh, break. Goes to Huss. Huss looking for options, and Jody Brown has called a travel. A decision to be sure, but as long as they communicate and the result is resolved quickly enough, that's all that matters. So Yamaguchi is probably the most sun-safe player on the field at the moment. Full-blown skins. The only skin showing would be her face.
You need that. You need to be able to see.
You do need that. Cortez throws upfield to Seri. Go that to Cortez. Goes to number 41, Larry. Larry looking upfield, can't find anything. Looks away, goes to Yamaguchi, and unfortunately she bobbles it.
She's in a great spot. It was a good cut.
She could have got some power position.
Fuse has a chance now. Jody Brown picks it up. Is she going to huck it deep? Break throw to Amanda Wong. Amanda Wong's got eyes on Jody, hoping to reset. Gets
Tight defense by Yamaguchi.
Bit of a huck there to Brianna Savage. And
Bree
she hucks it.
Lets it fly.
Back corner. Amanda grabbed it, brought it down. Will she have been in?
That was Jazz, not Amanda.
Jazz Lee, sorry.
But unfortunately, she was 3 meters out from the back of the end zone.
So that won't be a goal, but still always good to be sure.
Huss walking it up, taking her time, figuring out what she needs to do to make this Bauhaus offense work. Quiet spread. Let's see what they can do. And they call a timeout, which is a great executive decision, I would say. Make sure that you recollect and figure out what needs to change within this game to get Bauhaus within a few. Time cap is getting very close. I'm
surprised you're allowed to call timeout towards the end of the game. Is there still that 5-minute rule, or is that per tournament?
I would have to ask our tournament director, Jack Lilwell, about the rules of what he has set for BCI 2018. And with that fact, we'll go to a quick break. Oh!
That's the hooter.
That is the hooter. So that means that it is time cap. So it does look like it will be a few scores. I think that'll be a Fuse game. Like, is it still the play one and then add one? I think so. I'm not too sure.
We should find out.
Yeah, but currently it's 11-6, and hopefully we'll figure out whether or not they play one, or it is just going to be the end of this point, depending on who scores. Not too sure. Anyway, we'll go to a quick ad break, and then we'll come back with some more quality Brisbane Canberra Invitational Frisbee.
House party win!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brisbane Canberra Invitational. We're seeing maybe the last point of the game with Bauhaus and Fuse, with Fuse up 11-6. I believe that's Lee picking, no, Huss, sorry. Huss picking up the frizz. She called a timeout. The hooter went while they had that timeout, so it's whatever happens when this point finishes, +1. Goes back. They're getting trapped in that end zone. You want to get out of there as soon as possible. Goes the up line to Huss. It's still there. Yamaguchi's trying to break that zone. She does it. But then Huss throws it to the wrong team. Let's see if Fuse can finish this one off.
So even if Fuse scores this one, I believe they'll still have to add 1.
Oh, yes, that's right.
To the highest
I did
score.
say that.
Jody Brown on the end zone line there. And a great little fake out by Caitlin Duffner. Manages to just shake her defender off, get into that end zone, score that point.
Too easy, the old shake and bake.
The old shake and bake. 12-6 now, so it'll be a game to 13. Points cap would have been 15.
Yes, it would have been. As we do like to play to 15 here at the BCI, not 17 like we usually play in our leagues here in Brisbane. But getting beaten to the front cone, one of the cardinal sins of Frisbee. You make sure you never let that happen. But then again,
it's a tough spot to be in.
it is, very much so.
We're here in the suburb of Annerley, for anyone who was wondering.
With at the Annerley Junior Soccer Fields.
South side of Brisbane. Beautiful day for Frizz.
Yeah, especially since it was raining at the beginning of the week. We made sure that the gods gave us some sunshine by this weekend, and hopefully it continues tonight and tomorrow night. Are you going to be going to the party tonight, Mon?
Oh, I heard there's a garlic bread festival.
Oh,
so
hell yeah, there's going to be
in.
a garlic bread tonight. I'm going to eat my whole weight in garlic bread. It is going to be fantastic.
It's
and
something you just crave after Frisbee.
Just
pasta,
get the
bread,
carbs inside me.
all the carbs.
Please. I want more and more and more.
But yeah, everything seems to center around the Fortitude Valley when it comes to parties in Brisbane.
That's
so
true.
It's a convenient location.
For those who are listening in Brisbane, if you are in Brisbane, you should be down here. But if you're not, feel free to come to Welcome to Bowen Hills. It's not just a statement, it is actually a place where the Garlic Bread Festival is. And we'll see you there with all of the people here at BCI.
And they have other food and drink as well. All
yes,
right.
they do.
Dom Simpson's going to be pulling this disc, it looks like. Both teams probably putting on
Their strongest line possible.
Their finest to close this game out strong.
That would hope.
Good pull by Dom.
Nice.
Making it down to that brick mark.
Mabel picking it up. Goes Stevenson. Stevenson looking for something down. Nope, can't get it. Goes back to Mabel. Mabel wants to rip it, and she does.
Dom is there.
Fortunately, it's to Dom Simpson.
Dom Simpson with the D.
No doubt in her mind that she could not get that.
Good positioning in the zone. Fuse had there. Ash McInnes flicks it up the sideline, and it just doesn't come back in.
Straight at the camera. Good good constraint there by both Jess and Sabrina to not loud into the camera, as that would hurt like hell. And Mike also probably wouldn't be very happy. Lee picking up the disc, looking for the end zone, not happening. Goes out to Stevenson. Stevenson looking upfield. Looks off her first cut. Wants to go to Mabel. Mabel is dancing around. Harriet's nearly under there. And Harriet gets
great
that
D by Harriet Behringer. She gets up just in time.
Yeah, absolutely. Mabel couldn't get away from it. It was very tight man defense. Now Fuse.
Harriet's incredibly quick. I've had her defend me, and it is hard to break free. Dom Simpson picking it up. Looking for a big put to Jane Moe,
who unfortunately could not complete
bring it down.
Going back to Bauhaus, who also throws it away.
Overshot now, so if Fuse scores this point, that will be game. They're close. They're on the end zone almost.
Let's see if Fuse can fold this one out without any problems.
Bauhaus is going to have to dig really deep, be quick on their feet.
Is this a end zone horror play? This is very new.
Might have been a diagonal stack off the side. Yuli to Sab.
Sab goes to Jane Moe, who cannot get it. But Ash, even with the layout, can't get the fingers to that disc.
Bauhaus will be excited. It's a good opportunity now to not let this game end just yet. Or maybe they're hoping to end it so they can get ready for the next game.
Maybe. Walking it up. Stevenson has some deep options. Jess Park going deep. Not happening. Lee's looking for some deep options. Not happening. Jess points again. She's trying to get loud. She calls for it. It goes to her, but unfortunately it goes away from her. The wind carrying that one away. Dom Simpson on the sideline.
Dom breaks to Finn to Daunton. Finn to Daunton now looking for some help. She's able to throw that dump pass to Ash McInnes. Beautiful job. Ash had to lay out to make sure she kept that alive, but it was great work.
Textbook stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfectly horizontal.
Oh, yeah. Great form. 10 out of 10.
Dom now didn't have too many options until she saw Yuli Yeep.
And now they've got movement.
Big pass to Harriet Behringer as well. Gaining a lot of ground, and now quick dishy to Dom Simpson. Dom swings it over to Finn.
And there is a pick with a great flex in the middle of the field from KP. Thank you, Jody Brown. Now the question on the field now is, did it affect the play? Which it was agreed that it did not affect the play. Therefore, Dom Simpson keeps the frisbee in the middle of the on the side of the field. Looks off her undercut, and she soots it long.
Beautiful hawk. Dom sees an open player.
Ash is under it, but...
Oh, Ash managed to catch it. Did she toe the line?
No, she did not. Unfortunately, couldn't carry it in. Therefore, Lee is going to slowly bring it up. Let her team set, get some structure, and hopefully continue this game. And continue the point.
Oh, just a bit of a miscommunication. Her player cut towards the sideline. She was expecting her to be a bit more infield. Now Dom Simpson looking to seal it. Yuli Yeep with the disc. Back to Dom Simpson on the end zone line.
Throws a blady flick, and it connects. And
to Finn to Daunton.
That is the end of the game. 13-6 to Fuse, with Finn to Daunton closing it out. I would like to say that the game was... The scoreline does not reflect the game. I believe it was a much, much closer game than the score reflects.
Certainly.
Hopefully Bauhaus can get these jitters out of their game and use their squad to their best ability.
Yep. I think Fuse was putting on some zone defense that shut them down a little bit towards the handlers and those first passes. They were able to lock it down pretty well, but both teams having some really great plays, great break throws on both sides.
Absolutely.
And some great layouts, too. Always makes for a fun game.
Man, Ash McInnes.
And even the odd scuba.
Always want to see a few unconventional throws.
So I think both teams will be going on to play another game today. We're
Oh,
just seeing a
absolutely.
replay now of the great layout grab by Ash.
saves Finda Dorton. She'll have to be buying many, many, many garlic breads for her later tonight. With that sort of attempt. Is this another replay of it? It is. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. Ash is another product of UQ Ultimate. She was one of the gold medalists at last Australian Uni Games. And she's obviously improved quite well. I believe she played on the Monsters Div 1 squad?
Yeah, certainly. And she's also had a bit of Ultimate experience over in the UK, playing for uni
Oh,
there.
yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Spent a few months. Was it months? Maybe it was years. I can't remember. Over in the UK, where she got her skills very well. All in all, that's the end of the game.
There'll be Chile versus Mammoth coming up on the stream next, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, and to you, Mon, thanks for co-commentating with me.
Thank you, Matt.
And we'll see you guys in the next game with Chile versus Mammoth.